Get back there.
Starship Troopers is directed by Paul Verhoeven, veteran of the science fiction films RoboCop and Total Recall.
Okay, let's go again.
The bugs send another meteor our way, but this time we're ready. Planetary defenses are better than ever.
Starship Troopers, based on the 1959 Robert Heinlein novel about interstellar war with giant intelligent insects, follows a group of friends, beginning with their sheltered years at school.
Boy meets girl.
I don't want him to get in the way of my career.
Boy loses girl.
She winds up falling for someone else.
Boy gets another girl.
I'm, hopelessly devoted to him.
And boy eventually gets back to the other girl.
So we have that love triangle thing going on.
To earn citizenship, the friends enlist in the armed forces.
Join the army, it's great, you have to be, and if you want to become a citizen, you have to join the federal service. It's going back to the idea that sacrificing yourself for your country is a good thing.
Fresh meat for the grinder, eh?
To help your friends survive is a good thing, even if you die yourself.
Most of you will not live to be in the mobile infantry. The trouble is, you are not good enough the way you are. Exit your sides.
Sergeant Zim is trying to transform them from who they were before they became recruits.
There's a handful of guts in the whole bunch of you.
It's a shock course in becoming part of the society.
Captain, we're in the path of an unidentified object moving toward us at high speed. Xander is a lieutenant in the fleet, which is the future Navy. 3, 2, fire!
Carmen's been working with Xander. She respects him and, looks up to him.
It took more than a year for model builders and special effects artists from Sony Imageworks, Industrial Light and Magic, and Boss Film to construct the vessels that would carry the troopers to their confrontation with the alien insects.
It's a movie about Paradise Lost too, of course. The innocence of youth is replaced by the cruelty and the hard edge of war.
Oh, great. So this is the final animation that you've got. So this has got all of, is this the right hit in here?
Phil Tippett, the special effects master known for bringing personality to his fantasy creatures, designed the insects. He created an entire alien military hierarchy, including ground troops, air support, and firepower.
John, if you could just focus on sugar. What we're trying to achieve is a palpable feeling of weight and mass and a lethal quality that will allow them to feel like they are moving quickly but still have scale.
We felt that it would be interesting to go back a little bit more to the Second World War. Clearly, our bugs and insects are mean. They're evil, they only have one thought, is kill whatever is close to them. That felt much more like a Second World War situation where you would know that the enemy was bad.
For a man who is in arachnophobia, it's going to be a scary film.
14 feet tall. They're disgusting, crazy, just intense, and they swarm upon you like ants swarm upon something.
Yeah, that's good. Do it again. In all the rehearsals, we try to give them an illusion and some knowledge about what the shot would look like and where the enemy was coming from, how high the enemy would be, what kind of moves it would make, how fast it would move. Keep it up and down a little bit.
It takes a lot of concentration to go, okay, you know, there is a giant arachnid thing that's 12 feet high that's coming at me, screeching and screaming and squealing and going 35 miles an hour.
And here I was a bug, and this was more like... To really frighten them and say, the bug goes forward, now, it's attack!
This is such a giant movie, so many aspects to think about. This is so big, it's intimidating.
All right, folks, this is fire in the hole. Here we go.
Big movies like this, you can compare, I'm exaggerating of course, to building the Notre Dame. We don't even know who the architect is. There's a lot of people, thousand people who worked on it, but it's a really collective effort. Okay, let's try again. It is the dream of everybody that looks at the sky and realizes that there is something else there. I felt we have seen so many movies where everything is so beautiful, streamlined, all the spaceship loops, and they all move like this. I wanted something different. I wanted them to look like a little bit clumsy tankers, but their moves would be very slow, and that when they would pass, you would feel that enormous weight.
Jim Martin and the art department, who were working very closely with Paul, really did a lot of sketches, and we had to take those concepts and make them functional because not every drawing fits together like a puzzle. We sculpted first the custom pieces of the ship, and then in the main body of the ship, and you just start putting all the pieces that are in the designs together. Paul was very interested in keeping a flow. Unlike some effects films you've seen before where there are moments, see this moment, see that moment, this was much more like a ballet. Everything flowed from beginning to end. And when they hit, we want to get that sense of mass of these ships. They hit, they grab each other, they react to each other. And you see this, it's a slow motion car crash. The flickering light on the windshield's actually put in digital. We'd create a fake glass, because if you look at the glass, you see the reflections of the other ships. You see the plasma reflected in the glass. You see these scuffs on the glass.
You see that in the cabin, there is a red and blue light on their faces. So we had gigantic lamps in different colors that were on ropes. And basically when I felt that, a plasma would be passing the window, we would just heave these lamps and pull them with 3-4 people in the speed that I thought was necessary.
So we had almost like an orchestra of different lights. And then Scott Anderson had to follow our light effects with his spaceships. Everything has to happen exactly the moment he could see inside the light change.
The Roger Young, I think, was a character in the film, something we wrote along with, told this story with, and it really had to come up with a different death. Paul's world is much more visceral. His logic is that if I don't show the pain of this destruction, then it's meaningless, it's gratuitous. Pain should hurt, violence should hurt, and even against a spaceship, it should hurt. Technically, to execute it was an amazingly large challenge. We literally took little cheapy digital models, we'd cut it into the cut of the film, and then took that animatics and took the digital data out of our computers and gave them to the motion control computers. We built the 18-foot ship, our largest scale ship, in 2 pieces. So we had the tail section, which is 9 feet long, the head section, which is 9 feet long. They were on these model movers that literally could pull the part of the ship apart. As the ships were coming apart, we had stop motion rigs. We also had 2 stop motion animators who literally frame by frame, as the ship pulled apart, bent the metal pieces of the decks, created exploding decks, collapsing decks. You look at all those details, and it's particularly when the film's woven together, it's easy to forget how much time and work goes into that.